It's Sunday, July 20th, and the 49er veterans all ready to report to training camp this Tuesday, July 22nd. And the question isn't, are you ready for some football? Because you're always ready, but will injuries be the undoing of the San Francisco 49ers? Two notable ones dropped on Friday that I'm going to concentrate on. Ricky Pearsall on the pup list, no longer a pup, the dude's 25. And Ben Barch are starting left guard on a non-football injury list. What's going on here? Gary Lamm main event Mania with Panda. Let's go. Let's roll. Panda, you're done with the show. All right. I'm going to try to do this in 10 minutes or less. But like I said, rookies report. I didn't say this yet, but rookies already reported July 15th. They're already in the building. It looks like Malik Williams, who had leg injuries, Alfred Collins, not on the list. He signed his calf injury. Hopefully it's good. I don't trust those calf injuries, especially when you have guys like Christian McCaffrey. And going back to Raheem Mostert, the 49ers have had problems managing injuries and drafting and signing guys like the Gravedigger who are injured and just don't play enough. And that's why the 49ers have had a lot of problems. And look it, I want to be fair. Yeah. Some years you don't go to the playoffs. It's better to get a high draft pick than not getting to the than not and living in limbo. But here's the deal: the 49ers have not drafted well with high picks, aside from Nick Bosa, who was a second pick, which is kind of like a big time no-brainer. But besides that, the other issue, besides managing injuries and not making the playoffs at all, has been not doing well in big games. And how do you do well big in games? Is to actually be in big games. So every time you don't make the playoffs, like this year, that's another year for Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan not to get themselves together. So I'm arguing we got to talk about this injury deal. And in 10 minutes or less, I'm going to talk about Ricky Pearsall, man. This is your year, Ricky. Brother, you got shot, you got up, and you got back on the field. Great for you, man. I have nothing against you personally. I have nothing against Slick Rick personally. But let's just say it. When he was drafted, it wasn't exciting. It wasn't an exciting pick. He was on nobody's radar. Everyone needed a beast. We needed a monster at any position. And guys that I like were T'Vondre Sweat. I love that big defensive tackle. Maybe he wasn't the guy for you. Maybe you don't like his background. But Braden Fisk, I liked him defensive tackle. He's doing well in the Rams. Look, at a lot of people have had a problem with our center, Jake Brendel, including me. Zach Frazier was out there. He's drafted in the second round by the Steelers. Cooper DeJean, everybody loved him. The 49ers are looking for that nickel, corner, safety. He could have done it all. And he had a big play in the Super Bowl. Could have been MVP. What a play. What a player DeJean was. He wasn't like he wasn't on the list. And you want a receiver? Ladd McConkey was out there. Plenty of receivers. Who just seemed more on the radar than Ricky Pearsall, okay? And yes, Kyle Shanahan deserves some criticism. And the whole 49ers were kind of being, getting all cute on the field and in the draft. Ricky Pearsall, if you were a second-round pick, it wouldn't be that big a deal, but you were a first-round pick, and we need you now. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk, maybe he starts the season, but most likely he has that torn up knee. He will not be there. Jawan Jennings, not only is he looking, you sign me or you trade me, which the Niners might have to do. You can't sign everybody. You can't create this culture when you're, over a barrel, you're always going to cave. Jawan Jennings, maybe the last guy you want to have to let go, might be that guy you have to let go because we already have this tradition of everyone knows you're going to cave in. So he might have be the one to go, which would be the worst thing. Okay, but anyway, I said not to mention Jawan Jennings' calf injury. Like I said before earlier, Christian McCaffrey had a calf injury. You can't. Either you're going to have to play it safe like the Niners kind of did with McCaffrey because you don't want that dreaded Achilles. I don't want to pay another guy with a calf injury. I just don't want to do it. So the point is, Ricky Pearsall, you have a chance. DeMarcus Robinson, you're going to be suspended. Ricky Pearsall never really had a training camp because he had a hamstring last year. Look, bro, speed players, any kind of speed sport, you got to get those hamstrings in check. You're 25, you need a training camp. You're supposed to be polished, but there's no polish unless you're in their training camp getting the plays down with your quarterback. So this is really alarming. Ricky, we really needed you. And looking at the 49ers roster, I really don't love anybody else. Cowling's kind of small. He's 172 pounds. Like I said, Demarcus Robinson suspended. Junior Bergen, a 7th round pick. I like the guy, but he's supposed to be a kick returner. Demarcus Robinson, I like him too. But he's not a first rounder. He's a rookie. So I like the talent. I like the speed, but it's highly alarming, and it comes back to injuries and managing injuries. And again, I'm going to go back to McCaffrey. 49ers they overused McCaffrey. Bottom line, they overused him 2 years ago. That's why he wasn't well this year. They overused Mostert. Too many carries. He's a 12-carry guy. Will the Niners manage that? Are injuries going to get us again? And again, Malik Williams, Alfred Collins, our first 2 picks this year. Not in the injury list now, but already missed time in training camp because of injuries. So hopefully that's not the big deal. All right. Ricky, I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping you're there. But, man, it'd be nice. But if our number 1 pick actually made it to training camp, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Okay, Ben Bartch. Ben Bartch, what's the big deal? He is our projected starting left guard. Okay, and the 49, what was our problem? Yeah, it wasn't just Brock. It was an O-line. Okay, but he is another guy. This is why I'm highlighting him. Another guy with an injury history that we think we're going to come out here, pay cheap and do well. But yeah, maybe he looks good on the field, but the best ability is availability. And now we're kind of down to guys like who? Spencer Burford. Spencer Burford already couldn't cut it at right tackle. He looks like he plays better as he couldn't cut it at right guard, but he looks like he plays better at tackle. Is he the next guy? I mean, Nick Sakel? I don't know. Who are we going to get there at this left guard? And it comes down to injuries and managing injuries. I won't go too much into the defense. I really believe in Robert Saleh. I really believe in the draft. I really believe that we are going to get a pass rush from different places this year. But I think the biggest thing to watch for in this 49er preseason training camp is that receiver position, that offensive line position, and how Kyle Shanahan manages his running backs, who I think we have a good room. Garendo, James, and of course McCaffrey. I think with that we have enough to handle this. I think we have the guys in place, and I think, like I said, Robert Saleh will manage the defense well. But will Kyle Shanahan actually give the rookies a chance as far as a wide receiver room? How are we going to manage that offensive line? I think we have talented players on the offensive line, but will we put them in the right place? And this is big. The Super Bowl is in Santa Clara. I think the 49ers have the roster, but everything is a question mark. So the question is this: can Kyle Shanahan put the puzzle together on his offense? Will he play the rookie receivers? What's he going to do? Because it's really all on him. To his credit, all the draft early was on the defensive side of the ball. But Kyle Shanahan, can you do what it takes to win it all, including managing these injuries? Let's find out. Oh, I'm all for it, Kyle. I'm for you. I got your back, Jack. Unlike some of your players who all wanted money from you and didn't do shit last year. So, Gary Lamm, Mania. God bless you. Keep it real, keep it clean, and see you next time.